Hello, 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 everybody. Today is July 5th. Hope you all had a wonderful 4th of July weekend. Celebrated with family, got together with your loved ones, just celebrated our independence. Even though some people would say, you know, happy 15 days after Juneteenth. But yeah, I wanted to stop in today and kind of talk to my younger generation. My late teens, early 20s generation. Because each one teach one. You know what I'm saying? And I know the first thing I want to say is recognize the value that you have. Recognize the value that you have. If that person that you're striving to impress, that you want in your life, that you feel like that you wouldn't be anywhere in life if they weren't there, if you're struggling to keep them content, if you're struggling to keep them around, you know, you're going to do that for the rest of your life. You're going to struggle to keep them there forever. How you met them is how you're going to have to deal with them throughout your life. So, let them leave, let them walk, let them go. Recognize the value that you have. Some people you don't need. You don't need at all. And I'm talking to the ones in my late teens, early 20s, 20-year-olds. When I was that age, I know I had good people around me, but I didn't really have nobody nail it home for me, to recognize the value that I have in myself, because I end up meeting someone who I felt like I had to be with, this person I needed in my life, until I found myself in prison. I'm not saying because of that person, because we all have a mind of our own, but this person was not a true positive influence in my life. And if I would have recognized the true value that I have in myself, I would have thought differently, made different decisions, recognize that I can do more. At that time I was struggling to work. I had a good job, but I messed that up, because I wanted to be late all the time. I was steady smoking heavy. I was smoking heavy weed back then. And I know you guys, want to have fun and enjoy your 20s and enjoy your life, and do that. It's okay. But don't forget who you are. Don't forget where you want to go. And don't forget that the things that you're choosing to do now in your 20s, in your late teens, they're going to affect your 30s and 40s. They're going to affect those years coming up. So I want you all to know and reflect on what you did last night. Is that something I want to take with me, to where I want to go, to who I want to be? And if you say, that's not who I want to be, then point blank and period, you have some changes to make. You have some changes to make in your life to know that if you're going to get to that other side, if you're going to get to that person who you want to be, to that place where you want to be, you're going to have to let some things go. You're going to have to let some people go. And it's okay. It's okay. Let them go. Let them walk away. I know I wish I had celebrated my 21st birthday, with my family, but I celebrated my 21st birthday incarcerated. No, that's not where I should have been. but because of my own choices, but because of me not recognizing the true value that I had in myself. Because you know what happened is it took a judge to tell me, you know, that I'm guilty of something, to get out on bail, to go find a job, climb the ladder within what, 3, 4 months to become a supervisor. It took somebody to tell me that potentially my freedom will be taken away from me to find the true value in myself. And I wish that didn't happen, but it did. It did, and I got through it. But I knew what I was capable of. I knew what I can do. I knew what I can do. I know how smart I am. And I know I was smarter than that. And I wish I would have thought at that point in time, Alan, you're smarter than this. What are you doing? This is not where you want to go. This is not who you want to be. What are you doing? Stop, reflect, and consider not only the consequences, but consider your life and how you see it in the future. You know, how you see yourself. If you have children, how you see your children looking up to you. You know, how you see them, you know, saying, you know, I want to be just like mom. I want to be just like dad. You know, that has to bring you so much joy. So sometimes we need to just stop, reflect, and recognize the value that we have. Know who you are, know where you want to go. And believe me, it will help you get there in your 30s, in your 40s, your 50s, you know, whatever. And then you know what? You can look back and you can teach somebody else. Each one teach one. I've always said that. But this was just on my mind today to talk to the younger generation. So those watching this, please pass this on to your son or daughter, you know, who needs to know, hey, recognize the value that you have in yourself. Leave that person behind if you need to. Everybody is not meant to go into your next steps in life. Leave them behind. If they're dragging behind you and you're carrying them, you know, that's something that they need to work out in their life. That's not something that you should be babysitting. You should not be babysitting a grown person when you probably have your own responsibilities. You probably have your own goals. But because of that person, or because of whatever that's holding you back, whatever that's pulling you backwards, you need to let it go. Let them go. I encourage you all to continue to know the value that you have in yourselves, you young generation. We're going to fall. We're going to mess up. It's okay. But you know what? Get up. It's all about how we get up, how we finish the race. Don't let that stop you. I continue to get people telling me how inspired they are of my story. You know, when I got out of jail, yeah, I was still in my 20s, but now I'm not. But I didn't let that stop me. And I'm going to continue to do whatever I can to grow. I'm going to continue to do what I can to learn and to take on God's grace with me. Because God's grace is enough for our mistakes. Don't beat yourself up over mistakes. We're going to have those continuously, but it's all about how we pick ourselves up and move forward, you younger generation. You guys got this. Continue to like my page, subscribe, share, And I stay blessed, and I love you all. Love on yourselves, and each one teach one. Peace.